You want a WRX? Great, we have. You wanted a manual? We have two left. Two left in the entire country. I'm like, lovely. So my name's Vishnu. I was born here back in '94, and I moved to Hong Kong straight afterwards because my parents had to move because of work. So I've been brought up mainly in Hong Kong for about 18 years. I did my junior school there. I did my college there as well. I have been driving for quite a while. The first car that I owned was actually a hand-me-down in Dubai. It was a Honda CR-V 2012. It is the go-to car for handing down to your brothers, your sisters, your sons, whatever. I'm not gonna lie, I riced the hell out of that car. Chrome red Honda CR-V. It's not chrome, but it tingles and shines in the light. Blacked out everything, dechromed everything, black wheels, lowered suspension, lights. I had halo ring lights in the front. Stupidly bright, changes colors and does all sorts of cool things. I had that for about 2-3 years before I officially got my very first car, which is the Subaru WRX. Now, there's a huge backstory to this. So even before I even thought of buying this car, it's not really a fantasy, more like a dream, where I've wanted to own a car like this. You see it in rallies, you see it in pictures. It's Japanese. There's no downside to being Japanese. And it had this reputation of being absolutely customizable, and that's something I really want. I told you about my riced out CR-V. There is only one like this in the entire world, I would say, because there's nobody in this world that would do all those kinds of mods to their standard 4-wheel SUV. So I was like, okay, if I want to customize a vehicle, what car should I get? About 6 months of researching, got a list of cars. I've got the Golfs, I've got the Camaros, the Fords. A lot of cars came up. And then I stuck with the Subaru. Why Subaru? Well, for starters, not a lot of people have it, right? That was my instant, that was the key thing right there. Nobody had a Subaru, so I was wondering why. I mean, you're getting a 2-liter turbocharged for under 100,000. Why would nobody buy it? And turns out, there are these things that you do have to worry about, like warranty, parts. People really actually, care about these things. But, if you're a proper petrolhead, this is not, these are small things, these are things you can find solutions for. It's not a big deal. So a year and a half into the research, I went down to the showrooms, the one in Dubai, met this guy over there, and I keep messaging him constantly, are there any updates on the new cars? Is there an offer going on? Is there like an Eid offer, this offer, that offer? And he would tell me. He was a chill guy. He was very patient with me. I'm not gonna lie, he was very patient. And like I said, the thing about my car is there's two models. There's the WRX, there's the STI. Now the STI is the one that everybody knows. It's got the giant wing, it's known for its rally. You can see it do burnouts, you can see it pop fire. That's the kind of car, people that the Subaru is known for. And I'm like, okay, this is gonna be my daily drive. Do I really want a car that's gonna be doing this all the time? So I was like, okay, you know what? Let's not get the STI, let's get the version below, which is the WRX. Just as good, if not, not huge difference. But ever since I got my license, which is manual, by the way. Yeah, it's the funny thing. Whenever you come here, everyone's like, okay, let's get our license. I'm like, cool, automatic or manual? Like, why are you asking me? Automatic. Like, I'm asking you because manual's more fun to drive. It's like, no, automatic is easier to get. Wrong answer, bye-bye, and then I leave. So, manual, had to be manual. And before I took the test, I honestly, I didn't have any experience driving a manual. I did drive an Ambassador back in Kerala. It doesn't really count as driving because that thing just drives itself. Just put it into third and run through anything. That car, anyways. So, got my license, and again, this is another option that I was looking at cars. How many manual cars can I buy within my budget? Not a long list. Not gonna lie, it wasn't a long list at all. Especially because I wanted a 4-door sedan, not a 2-door sports. Because, I was trying to think practical. I was thinking, okay, if my family comes, they can sit in the back. It won't be an issue. And, I can carry stuff in the back. If I go shopping, whatever, it's going to be convenient. So it had to be a 4-door sedan. A lot of hatchbacks. There was the Ford Focus ST, there was the Golf, then I saw the Super, then I sat in it. And they didn't have a single manual transmission WRX in the country when I started searching, which was back in end of 2016, 17. Which is why I'd been pestering them for a year to ship one, please. Just ship one. I don't want to pay now. Just bring it here, then I'll buy it. They're like, no, you can't. If you order it now, you'll have to wait 6 months. And at that time, the finances weren't ready. It wasn't the right time. So I kept pestering them, waited for the STI prices to drop or something to change. I did look at on Dubizzle and stuff for secondhand cars. But the thing about Subarus, especially in this country, is you won't find a stock one. And I had this thing in my head where, you know what? If I'm going to customize my own car, I don't want somebody else's customized version. It has to be something I've done, I've made. And every car that you find online, especially on Jaseel or any of the other car sites, already stage 2, stage 3, drift mode, racing mode, they've already been tracked. And I didn't feel comfortable buying that. Plus, they were all STIs and they were out of my budget. So, again, pestered them for a while. And finally, I found out that there was a Subaru showroom in Abu Dhabi. So I kind of ditched my guy in Dubai and I went to Abu Dhabi. Nice guy called Dilip. And he was the one that told me, listen, you want a WRX? Great, we have. You wanted a manual? We have 2 left. 2 left in the entire country. I'm like, lovely. Initially, I was like, I'll buy your red STI because it was significantly cheaper than the Dubai prices. But then I was like, okay, finance, I don't want to spend so much, whatever. Let's stick with the WRX. So he told me there were 2 left, a silver one and a white one. And I'm thinking, white. Nah, silver. Why? Because till this day, I have only seen one other silver STI, by the way, not even the WRX, an STI in this country. And I think I can safely say I'm one of maybe 3 or 5, if not the only, manual WRX owner in this country. And I could not be more proud about that. I mean, if you want to be unique, that's how you start. You get the one of something, right? So I got it. I picked it up, and I picked up the car end of last year, end of November, early December. Super happy. The moment I joined, the guy at the showroom was like, listen, you want to join the Subi group? I'm like, yeah, that'll be a good way to start. At that time, I wasn't in any of the car clubs. I had friends who had cars. They would just go for drives and do stupid things. But it wasn't really like a community, a car place where you go meet, see other cars. And I had no idea, where to go, how to start. Now, you hear a lot of stories before you start these, before you enter these groups, right? Like, they're not so welcoming to new members. They don't really care if you post something on the group, they're not going to reply. They're useless, they're just there for show and to meet once in a while. I'm like, okay, it's not really what I wanted, but let me try it out. So he showed me the Facebook group. I joined the Facebook group, and I'm like, listen, can you add me to the group? I was super excited. He's like, yeah, sure, just send me your details, and we'll add you to the group. So first group ever that I joined, car group, was the Subaru UAE Club. And to this day, no regrets, but I'll get to that later. Had maybe 200, 300 people in the WhatsApp group. I'm like, wow, there are so many Subarus in this country. How have I not seen one before? These cars are very rare. You don't just see a Subaru just going past at any given time. I'm pretty sure you see more GTRs than you see Subarus. And I was like, okay, this is amazing. And we started on the group. I'm like, hi, I'm Vishnu. Just bought a WRX. Everybody instantly, welcome, congrats, mashallah, beautiful ride, etc., etc. I'm like, great. And now the thing about these guys is most of them, a majority of them, live in Abu Dhabi, which was a disappointment because whenever there was a meet, it would be in Abu Dhabi. Yeah, I had a lot of time back then, but not enough time to go to Abu Dhabi for a meet. So I was kind of disappointing for the first maybe 2-3 months. And then the meet started happening. And during these 2-3 months, I was looking around to see what other car club I could join. And one that really popped out was Team Schnell. Very popular club, very famous club. And so I messaged the admin, Rushi, and he's like, yeah, sure, just send me the specs, send me your details and the specs of the car, and we'll add you to the group. Added to the group. I think within the first week, I was at my first meet. Within the first month, I was at my first car festival. And yeah, from then onwards, it was just meeting lots of different people, lots of new people, different types of cars, different modifications, and so on.